Hey, I got an idea what we can do today. We can change that vent pipe cap. We bought that 360 Siphon Vent Cap over a month ago and we haven't installed it. We need to get that done. You mean so we can get rid of the PU? That's a good idea. We have been putting it off. We need to get that done.
Hey, I thought you were going to get that vent done today. I thought that's why we've got Rosie over here at the house, so that you could work on that.
I'm going to.
When?
Right now, I guess.
Okay. Let me know if you need anything.
Hey, roamers, let's roll that intro. Hey guys, it's Jamie here back at you again. Basically what I'm going to do today, the good part of me, the bad part of me is still back inside the motorhome, sitting there playing with a cell phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change out my vent pipe caps today, the black tank and the gray tank. I'm going to use the 360 Siphon cap. So basically what this does, it creates a negative air pressure vacuum within the tank, and as the airflow goes through the vent cap, it draws the smells and everything out of the tanks for you. So I'm going to be changing out that. I'm going to have a link on the video, down below the video, to go to Amazon to be able to pick that up. The other things you're going to need besides this is you're going to need this adhesive. I got this at Home Depot. Basically that glues the mounting part to the top cap. The other things you're going to need is mineral spirits. Got that from Home Depot as well. That's to clean up around once I get all the die-core off, to make a nice clean surface so we can adhere to that again. So guys, one thing you want to be careful of when you're pulling up the die-core here, you want to make sure not to, you just want to be able to expose the screws. If it's hot enough outside, it'll kind of make this gummy, so it's a little bit easier to get off. We just want to expose the screws. Make sure not to dig into the roof, because you don't want to do that, because then you got another issue. So I'm taking out the screws, and the thing you want to do is when you buy this Siphon vent cap, it doesn't come with new screws, so you either need to utilize the existing screws, or you can actually pick some up from Home Depot or Lowe's or Ace, wherever. So that's kind of what I'm doing now, just getting these screws out, and then we'll clean this up and then get ready for the install of the new one. Okay guys, so I got all the screws out. One thing with this, there's also a retrofit you can do depending on how your vent cap is mounted down. So I'm going to see here, I might be able to not have to, I can actually use this base and not have to put the new base. So hopefully that's the case here. If so, that kind of saves me a step. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, so I'm good. I think I'm going to be able to put my siphon cap here on this directly, so I'm not going to have to replace this. So I'm going to pull this out now. We'll see if it fits, and then might have saved ourselves a step here. So yeah, so we're good to go. One thing I do need to do though is I do need to level this out. This is cut on an angle and that's not going to work. It's going to keep this up too high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to level this, cut this level so it's nice and flat here, and then I'm going to glue this together, put this in here, and this will slide in here, and then we should be good. The other thing that's cool about these 360 siphons, it has a, I don't know if you can see this, it has this screen in here so you can't, you don't get bugs and critters crawling down into the tanks, so that's a good thing. So, and then we're just going to apply some of this lap sealant here to the top of the screws, and then put a good bead all the way around it so that way you don't have any leaks, and we should be good to go. Okay, so that should be that. We just got to let that dry and set up and we should be good. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work on that one. It's going to be basically the same process. But any other questions, go ahead and, like I said, leave them in the comments. And guys, if you could, I'd like you to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Go ahead and give me a thumbs down if you don't. Either way, I just like the feedback. Outside that.
Hey, good morning, roamers. Don't you just love getting up in the morning and having the perfect coffee? I'm going to show you how to make one. So I found this is a Mr. Coffee espresso maker. It travels really well. It's easy to pack. It doesn't take up too much space. Usually I would do this the night before, but I forgot. So you just fill your carafe. So the Illy coffee, it's now called Intenso. It used to be called just Espresso. It's the same coffee. It can be really expensive in the store, but I found it for less than $10 a can on Amazon. And it is espresso, so you just pack it with however much you like if you don't like your coffee quite as strong. But I am a bold coffee drinker. That's it. I don't pack it down any harder. Then I think all the water just gets evaporated as steam. And it just goes right on there. And then put your little lid on. And like I said, usually I would do this the night before, especially when we're camping. When we're in the RV, it's a small space and I'm trying not to make so much noise in the morning. And that's it. And then you just turn it to brew for coffee, and that'll take a few minutes. In the meantime, the thing that makes this killer is the milk foam. Now I used the steamer that comes on the side before, but I don't know if I lack skills, but I really think it mostly has to do with the type of milk that I like, and it really doesn't foam. It sort of just splattered everywhere and made big giant bubbles that would dissolve as soon as I poured the coffee in. So over time, I've perfected this. This has been a several-year search for my perfect cup of coffee. So, I am lactose intolerant, so I have the lactose-free milk. Now, I found that the Lactaid brand does not work. So, you'll have to experiment, especially if you use some of the nut milks. But the brand Lactaid, for some reason, just makes big giant bubbles, too. So pour that, a little bit of half of that. And then this is my favorite creamer, the International Delight Vanilla. You can pick any kind you like, but I have found that the International Delight will always make good froth. So I'm just pouring this. It's just 1 cup for me. Jamie hates coffee, hates the smell of coffee, so he must really love me that he puts up with waking up to this smell every morning. So we'll wait for that to be about half brewed. Try to time it all right so that you can get the perfect cup of coffee. So let me just put this away. We're gonna need that spoon. One thing I don't like about RVing and having a dog, I love my dog, but one thing I don't like is you have to get up and you have to get dressed before you even have your coffee because we've got to take the dog out. So, I I would love to sit around in my pajamas and have my perfect cup of coffee, but don't get to when we're camping. Okay, get that sound going and the smell. So immediately when it's done, the first thing you want to do is get this lid off, because we want to maintain the consistency of those bubbles. Look how nice and froth that is. And you can make them cold here too. You can also make hot cocoa in this. So it's really a nice little machine. So I pour, if your cup's big enough, I pour the milk froth in first. It's basically half and half. And then the espresso, pour that on top. Right up to there. And when it gets full, I take the rest, because I'm not going to miss a drop of this. And then I go ahead and mix it very gently, because we don't want to kill all those beautiful bubbles that are whipped so nicely. I'd love to make a design for you right now. I have no clue how to do that. Leave that little extra right there. Always remember to not only shut this off, but open it up so you don't have to clean out all of the minerals so often. And got my perfect cup of coffee. It's so good. Hey, so if your day also begins with a perfect morning coffee, PMC, head on over to our website, roamingwithrosie.com. I've got a whole article on how to make it, how I got to this, my years-long search for the perfect cup of coffee. And there's links for the Mr. Coffee under $40 right now on Amazon. The Illy coffee is like $15 in the market. It's under $10 on Amazon. So there's more information there. Dexter and I are going to go outside. I'm reading my Kindle, Mary Kay Andrews, The High Tide Club. And while we're doing that, why don't you watch this video of our recent trip to the Grand Canyon.
Okay, roamers, let's wrap it up.